can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Make me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. And give an F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Tryna earn they stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Keeta. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque yo no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Y'all just talk, don't live it. And just took that route, that seen it. Now I'm so outspoken like Reason. Jimmy Neutron, boy, Young G's. And I'm a self-made man out of Sweden. And it's still off top, I'm tweaking. But I still gotta fight my demons. I ain't no good, I'm evil.
What's going on, guys? Welcome into the WAG show. I'm your host, Ben Hosta. This is episode 36. It is Monday, April 3rd. We're here to talk about today's best bets. If my internet is laggy, apologies. My power was out for quite a long time this weekend, and my internet has been messed up today. Since the power has come back on, but the internet has not been completely reliable. Spike, what's up? We're already smacking props early on. Yeah, I saw that. If you guys have missed out on what's going on with us in baseball right now, I mean, this is pretty crazy. I'm up over 11 units. Spike has been crushing his prize picks props. The predictor has been pretty solid as well, but I mean, we've been on fire. For me, myself, betting wise, 15-5, I think, overall in my bets since so that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then Friday was a short sight, so I only had like 3 bets that day. So overall, he just hit another one. Perfect. It's been a really good start to MLB. So if you guys head to betkarma.com/pricing, sign up for access. You get access to the predictor. You can get the Discord. You can get my picks, Spike's picks. 19-7 so far for Spike. Perfect. Really special stuff. I have 7 bets today, maybe more. I might add one more. I've kind of been debating. Yesterday, if you guys missed, so yesterday I was on the Royals to win. They did not win, but we bet their team total over and their money line. The team total hit, but they didn't win. But I don't know. I think Kansas City again today might win. So I might go back to Kansas City. I like Brady Singer. I think Spike was on Singer's strikeouts. Spike, did you bet him over strikeouts? Because I was looking at that too. I think his line's at 4.5. So I was kind of looking at that, but I do think the Royals can win this game tonight. Eventually, they're going to score some runs here. Yeah. I think that's a good number. 4.5 for Singer. I think is good. I like Singer. And I don't know. I think that eventually Kansas City is going to score some runs here. They had plenty of opportunities yesterday. I mean, they did score 4 runs for us, but they had opportunities to win that game yesterday. They're plus 112 on the money line, so I might consider betting them as well. We'll see. But I do have 7 bets, not including that, posted. And if you guys haven't seen it, 3 days in a row hitting a home run prop. I write an article for free every single day at betkarma.com. If you click on MLB, you'll see it. But it has home run predictions. So I posted that for today. So that's not included in like the premium record. But They are fun to take shots on these home run props. I have 3 for today, and one of them goes in with one of the picks I'm going to give out on the stream for free, which is one of the premium plays today. I'm just going to say it now, but O'Neal Cruz over 1.5 total bases. We got it at plus money. I could see it moving. We bet it at plus 110. I could see that moving down to plus 105 or even money. I really like O'Neal Cruz tonight, so I bet him to hit a home run like a dabble, but I did bet him like an actual play on him over 1.5 total bases. It's a really, really good matchup for him. Cutter Crawford on the Red Sox last year struck out a lot of lefties, but was one of the worst pitchers in baseball against the left-handed hitters. Gave up a 397 WOBA, a 325 ISO, ton of fly balls, 43% hard hits, 90 mile per hour exit velocity. He was really, really bad against lefties. And we know that O'Neal Cruz, obviously being left-handed, but he's the best hitter in the Pirates lineup. And he hits the ball hard. And more importantly, Crawford threw his fastball. It's his most used pitch to lefties over 40% of the time. And O'Neal Cruz dominates fastballs. He's one of the best fastball hitters. He is one of the best fastball hitters in baseball. 448 WOBA, 633 expected WOBA, 250 ISO, and 57% hard hits against fastballs. So really, really good spot for O'Neal Cruz today. I like him over total bases. I like him to hit a home run. You can ladder it. How hard is it for a home run prediction? What would you compare to for NBA, NFL? I would say it's significantly harder. That would be like for NFL. I feel like picking someone to hit a home run in baseball is even harder than a touchdown in football. That would be like someone scoring 2 touchdowns in football, I think. Maybe you guys can disagree, but I think it's easier to pick someone. I'm not saying it's easy at all, but I think it's easier to pick a touchdown than a home run. So I would compare a home run to like picking someone to score 2 touchdowns in the NFL, I think. National championship. Oh my gosh. I didn't even talk about it. I'm so distracted with how good we've been at MLB. Huge night tonight. National championship, UConn, SDSU. I'm not betting on the game. We have the UConn futures. I've already gotten paid for one of my bracket pools. And I'm going to win the other one, which I haven't got paid for, so that's a win. And then if UConn wins, I'll get second in a pretty big one. And then we have the UConn futures. So we need UConn tonight. I'm not going to be betting on the game. I'm just going to be watching it, and hopefully UConn wins. I think they're going to win. I don't know about spread-wise, like betting. Like 7.5 points is a lot of points. Like I don't care who's playing who. That's a lot of points. So I don't know like if I would double down on that. But I do think UConn. I'm confident enough in UConn winning. Hopefully this doesn't backfire, but I'm confident enough in UConn winning that I'm probably not going to hedge and bet SDSU. I've already won these bracket pools anyway, so I'm getting cash regardless. But I would prefer to cash out on the futures. I think we got them at 25-1 maybe when we bet it. 25-1. So I don't think I'm going to bet SDSU, but we really need UConn tonight. I literally forgot that's going on because I've been so distracted with baseball. But favorite MLB picks? Yeah, I'm going to give I don't know how many I'll give out on here. So you guys can go check the free home run article. We'll talk about the slate a little bit. I'll go game by game. Maybe and talk about each game. But the one play I definitely wanted to give out on here is O'Neal Cruz over 1.5 total bases. I'm assuming it's still plus money, but I wouldn't be shocked if it moved closer to even money because it's a really good spot and people are going to keep betting it. So O'Neal Cruz over 1.5 total bases. That's my favorite play for today. I also sprinkled him to hit a home run as well as the other 2 guys that I wrote up. I will not give those guys out. You can go click on the free article and see. FanDuel boost for today is UConn to win and them to score 70 plus. Yeah, San Diego State is the best defense in the country. So I don't know how high or low scoring the game will be. I haven't really looked at it. But UConn has a very good defense too, and their defense is played. Like, their defense to do what they did against Miami, literally nobody could stop Miami's offense. I mean, Houston couldn't stop it. Indiana couldn't stop it. Texas couldn't stop it. No one could stop their offense at all. And UConn came out and held them to like 31, 32% from the field. I mean, really, really dominant performance from UConn. I don't see how they don't win. They're just, I don't know. I think they're just clearly the best team. But I've said this for a while, and people, they're getting most of the bets. Like, the public is on UConn, but I have seen a number of people talking about San Diego State today. Now, if they're talking about them just to cover, that's one thing, because like I said, that's a lot of points. So I wouldn't be shocked if UConn won by single digits, but I do think UConn is good enough to win the game. Any strikeout picks? I gave one out on my betting card this morning. I'm not sure if the line moved. I'm sure it's probably the same. But I do like – I agree with Spike. I kind of like Singer over 4.5. I think you can bet that. I think he can get 5 for sure or more. But I'm a Brady Singer fan, and I think KC is in a good spot tonight. So Brady Singer over 4.5 strikeouts, I don't mind. If you want one at plus money, you can get Reed Detmers over 5.5 strikeouts. You can get that at plus money on both FanDuel and DraftKings. I wrote Detmers up in my DFS article today. I'm a Detmers fan. He did throw a no-hitter last year. He was a highly touted prospect. He had an up and down year, but finished the year pretty strong. He had the no-hitter early on in the season, but he had one of the biggest velocity spikes in baseball this spring. He averaged around 93 miles per hour on his four-seam fastball last year. He comes out in spring training. He's sitting 95, 96, hitting 97, and his slider is up 3 miles per hour to 90, almost averages 90 miles per hour on his slider now. That would be one of the top 10 hardest thrown sliders in all baseball. So he was already pretty good, and then you want to bake in that he's getting this huge velocity spike. I think that this could definitely be a breakout year for him. 5.5 is not too high. Even against the Mariners are going to throw a bunch of righties at him, but he was not really splitsy one way or another. A lot of times with pitchers, we'll see, righties struggle with lefties and lefties struggle with righties. He was pretty solid to both sides of the plate. He actually struck out more righties than he did lefties. So I think the matchup is fine. And if he was really good in spring and really good, his strikeout numbers were really good as well with the velocity spike. So I think he can have a breakout year. I think that I'm really excited to watch that game. If you guys like pitching, Reed Detmers and George Kirby, that's a fantastic pitching matchup between two really good young pitchers. So I would recommend watching that tonight, but I do think that's on obviously during the national championship game. But if you want one at plus money, Reed Detmers over 5.5. I have not bet that yet, but I've considered it. I haven't bet it, but at plus money, I think that's a worthy bet because I think that I think he's going to have a good year. Started at 5. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. I don't think we don't have him at 6, but I think he can get 6 or more tonight. I don't think the matchup is bad. And I'm believing in his skill set. So we also, our first bet of the day on my premium card was Brewers money line. And I think they just hit a home run. They're up 3-0. So hopefully they keep this up. It's always nice if you can start out with a win on your first bet. It kind of sets the tone, I think. So hopefully they keep this up and they win. But anyways, so if you guys have any bets that you'd like to talk about, there's no basketball tonight, weirdly enough. So we're just going to talk about these baseball games real quick. I already gave out a couple picks, and we'll get out of here. If you guys have any questions about anything, ask. With Wiggins back and healthy, Golden State the best team entering the playoffs. I think that the best 2 bets, let me pull up the odds to confirm this, but I've said this if you guys, I've said this since we started doing this show, which was over 30 episodes ago. They're down to plus 1,000 now. They were plus 1,200 when I said this, but Golden State is my favorite pick for the championship. Now, the Lakers were like 40-1 like 2 weeks ago. You can't get their 30-1 now. I legitimately think that Warriors and Lakers are the two best bets right now for the NBA champion, which is insane. Like, the fact that I've come all the way around to where I would consider betting on the Lakers is hilarious. But I do think I like at the deadline. I think depth-wise, they're fine now. And obviously, LeBron may take over in a playoff series. So I don't hate them at those odds. But I do think, to answer your question, Golden State, I don't know if they're the best team. We have to put some respect on what the Bucks and the Celtics have done all season. And people seem lower on the Celtics, but they just went to the finals last year. Like, the Celtics are a really, really good team. And they could easily beat the Bucks in a playoff series and go back to the finals. So I think we need to put some respect on what they've done. So I don't know if I'll say that they're the best team entering the playoffs, but I've said it for a month and a half. If they're fully healthy, nobody wants to play Golden State in a playoff series. It's like they haven't played amazingly this entire season, but they didn't play amazingly the entire season last year, and they still won the championship. Like, if you get them in a 7-game series, it's going to be really, really tough to knock them off. So, yeah, plus 1,000 for them to win the finals. I still like that. And I like the Lakers at, I guess, plus 3,000, but it was like you could have got this at 45-1 a couple weeks ago. So starting off in baseball here, we'll go down to the night games. Cubs, Reds. There's kind of like some wind blowing in here, but I do think that we could see some decent could see some offense here. Two pretty mediocre pitchers. Overton's pretty bad. Only an 11% strikeout rate for Overton last year, which is really bad. And he almost walked as many batters as he struck out. 9% walks compared to 11% strikeouts. That's pretty bad. And then on the other side, obviously, Drew Smyly is what Drew Smyly is. I will say, though, Drew Smyly lives and dies by the fly ball. He doesn't get many ground balls. He gets a lot of fly balls. So if the wind's blowing in and he's getting fly balls, that's actually a good thing for him. But overall, I do think we could see some offense there. It's just not, I don't know, not great. I'm done with NBA until playoffs. Yeah, these guys, some of these guys have just completely quit. I'm with you on that. Tampa, Washington, nothing crazy here. I'm excited to watch Rasmussen. I think he has some strikeout upside, especially against Washington. I mean, Washington as a whole, like, their lineup doesn't project to strike out a lot, but that's because they have a few guys that, like, don't strike out. Like, they have a few guys with like 10, 11% strikeout rates. Everyone else is over 20%. Like, if you look at the lineup, 22%, 24%, 25%, 26, 27. It's just like 2 or 3 guys that hold the entire strikeout rate down, but there are strikeouts to be had in that lineup. And overall, the lineup's horrible. I mean, their projected lineup last season, 288 WOBA, 123 ISO. They have no power. Meneses is the only guy with a ISO above 150. It's an absolutely horrific lineup. So I think Rasmussen could have some success tonight. I don't know if I'd bet his strikeouts or anything, but I'm just going to give my opinion on these games since I already gave out my picks and it's only been 19 minutes. So I'll just give my opinions on the games. But excited to watch him. I think he could have a decent outing. Yankees, Phillies. I mean, Nestor is going for the Yankees. I would probably lean them. Obviously, Phillies really struggled to start the year, and their lineup is just not good right now. I mean, obviously, you take out Hoskins, you take out Bryce. The bottom half of this lineup is really bad. Sosa, Stott, Christian Pache. I mean, Josh Harrison is like okay, but overall, the bottom of this Phillies lineup is really bad right now. So I think Nestor probably will do pretty well. I think the Yankees probably win this game. Judge, I know, has owned Taijuan Walker in his career. I didn't bet anything on Judge, but for those of you that believe in BVP, Aaron Judge has tattooed Taijuan Walker every single time that they've ever faced each other. I think he has 4 home runs off him. So you can do with that, which I don't know what I'm really saying here. You can do with that what you will, maybe, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I haven't had any coffee today, and I think it's wearing on me. What do you think about run lines totals? Yeah, run line. I don't. Well, at least I haven't bet a ton of run lines. Totals, we've been betting some totals. Run lines, I don't bet a ton of. I'd rather find the spots where I like the money line and just bet that. Stolen bases, we were on that opening day, which I'm glad, but people have started to catch on. But yeah, the stolen base rate is ridiculous. I think like still almost a 90% success rate for the entire MLB. This time last year, there had been like 35 steals across the league. There's been like 70 already this year. So yeah, betting, I haven't bet on any the last few days or today, but betting on stolen bases will be profitable this season. 100%. I believe that. If you do the research to figure out the spots, and then you can run pure enough to get your guys on base, I think stolen bases will definitely be very profitable to bet on. And you can even on DraftKings, you can parlay stolen bases together. FanDuel does not have stolen bases, at least to my knowledge. But DK, where you bet the stolen bases, you can parlay them together and get some pretty crazy odds. Anyways, next game, Pirates, Red Sox, a ton of offense in this game. I think there'll be a ton of offense. I talked about O'Neal Cruz already. Obviously, that was my bet of the day. The over-under is huge here, 9.5, but it can go over 9.5. I think there's going to be a ton of offense here. Crawford is horrific. Oviedo is someone that when he first was coming up with the Cardinals, I thought he could be decent, but the numbers for him against lefties is alarming. Like if you look at his surface numbers versus lefties, they haven't really been that bad. Last season, 268 WOBA didn't allow much power, but that came with a 90 average exit velocity, only 17% strikeouts, 13% walks to lefties, 35% hard hits. He would get some ground balls. He's a ground ball pitcher, 50% ground ball rate overall, but that drops a little bit against lefties. But I mean, Boston's going to send out, the lefties that they do send out are really good hitters. Verdugo, Devers. So I think that there's going to be definitely some offense. And then obviously behind him, the bullpen for Pittsburgh is not great. So tons of offense in this Pittsburgh-Boston game, I think. Cruz over 1.5 total bases. That was my bet of the day. But I think there'll be a lot of offense there. Royals, Blue Jays. I talked about this one a little bit already, but I truly think the Royals can win this game. I bet on them yesterday, team total and money line. The team total hit. The money line did not, but they're going to start scoring some runs. Berrios did not pitch well last year. Really bad year for Jose Berrios. His worst year of his career. Meanwhile, Singer, I think, is kind of, obviously an up-and-coming pitcher. He had a really good last year. Like, he didn't even project to be a super good strikeout pitcher when he came up. Not that he blew people away last year, but 24% strikeout rates is pretty solid. He didn't project to strike out that many hitters. But he had a really good year last year. He doesn't walk a lot of guys. Good ground ball rate, 50%. So I think he could combat this Blue Jays lineup a little bit. He's going to see, obviously, a lot of righties, probably 6-7 righties. Last season against righties, Singer, 277 WOBA allowed, under 100 ISO allowed. So I kind of like the Royals tonight, maybe for an upset. I think that they can win this game. I bet their team total over again today. I think they're going to score some runs. Berrios last year just was not good. I mean, strikeout rate under 20%. Really, really struggled versus lefties. It was really bad. 360 WOBA allowed, 215 ISO allowed to left-handed hitters. Royals don't have a ton of lefties, but both Melendez and Pascantino, I think, are really good hitters. So the first two lefties he's going to see in that lineup could give him some trouble. So I think the Royals could put some runs up tonight, but we'll see. That should be a pretty good game, I think. Tigers, Astros. I mean, this one will probably be all Astros. I mean, public's all over it. You can see 97% of the handle on the spread is on Houston, but I can't bet on the Tigers against Houston right now. Brown for the Astros pitching is actually, I wrote it in my article, but a little narrative street. He's actually from Detroit. He pitched against Detroit last year, struck out 6. He's basically the best pitching prospect in all of baseball, but little added motivation because he's going against his hometown team. This Astros lineup, or this Tigers lineup, is horrendous. I mean, since last year, the projected lineup 295 WOBA against right-handed pitching, 25% strikeout rate, 150 ISO. Yeah, absolutely terrible. So Astros probably roll on this one. Can't really see going against them. Cleveland, Oakland. I don't have a read on this game. I looked into it a little bit. I didn't bet anything in this game. I mean, I would lean the Guardians, but I don't know. I don't have a clear read on this. The Guardians are a team like the Orioles that run a lot, though. So if you're looking for those stolen base props, Cleveland is a good team to target. They like to run a lot regardless. I mean, they ran a lot last season. So for, if you can usually get like Jimenez, Ramirez, Rosario, those guys will run Miles Straw. But with Miles Straw, you really have to worry about if he can get on base because he's just so bad. Kaprelian actually, he had a pretty bad year last year, 17% Ks, 10% walks, not good. So that's another reason maybe for targeting stolen bases if he's walking guys. But he was actually reverse splits. He was much better against lefties than righties. So, I don't really know what that does because a lot of Cleveland has so many switch hitters. Like they really don't have any righties. Oscar Gonzalez is really the only righty. Well, I guess Rosario, but that's really the only 2 righties. Everybody else is going to switch it. So I guess maybe Miles Straw. Miles Straw is so horrifically bad offensively, but if he can get on base, he will steal. And if he's worse against righties, Kaprelian, maybe that plays into Straw's favor. He doesn't strike out, and he walks a lot. He walked almost 10% of the time last year. So maybe we'll throw a little dabble on a Miles Straw steal tonight. Now that I'm looking at things, I don't hate that. He just stinks. No, I mean, he's really bad. Diamondbacks, Padres. This is a horrible pitching matchup. Nothing going on here. Some sharp money coming in on Diamondbacks money line. I think that's going to be a theme a lot this season. I think the Diamondbacks a lot of times will be a sharp underdog pick when you're getting pretty decent plus money for them. I think betting the Diamondbacks will be a pretty good move a lot of times this year. I don't think they're as bad as people think they are. Corbin Carroll, I bet him to get a steal on Friday night. He did not get one. He hit a double, and then he got on in the 9th inning, but he didn't really get a chance to steal. You can always bet him to get a steal because he's so fast, and he will. If he singles, he's gonna steal like every single time. I think he's gonna have a lot of steals this year. So Corbin Carroll steal is in play in that game. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Diamondbacks pull the upset. He is against a lefty, though, Weathers, so he will be down in his 6th or 7th spot. I don't know why they didn't bat him. I don't know why they didn't bat him leadoff on Friday. I don't understand. They still had him like 5th against a righty, which just makes no sense to me. But I'm not the manager, so yeah. I don't know. That's a weird game. Diamondbacks, I think, have some upset potential, but I didn't bet anything there. Angels, Mariners, I said this at the top of the stream, but really, really good matchup. If you guys want to watch a baseball game tonight, I would recommend this one. If you like pitching, 2 really good young pitchers. Detmer's over 5.5 Ks at plus money, I think, has some merit. A lot of money on sharp money coming in on the Mariners. Not shocking. George Kirby is a beast, but I don't know. The market could be undervaluing Reed Detmers here. I think that he could have a breakout season. So again, didn't bet anything here, but excited to watch that for the pitching matchup, and then finishing up with the Rockies Dodgers. I don't really have anything here. Obviously, lean towards the Dodgers, but in baseball specifically, I was kind of telling some people this in Discord. I try not to bet big favorites in baseball because baseball is so random. If you think about it, like the worst team in the entire league in baseball this year is still going to win 65 games. So it's really, really just stupid, in my opinion, to like money line, even in a parlay. If you're putting in like minus 250 favorites in a parlay for baseball, you're going to lose long term because there's too much randomness that goes on for that to make sense. So I try to avoid betting huge favorites in baseball. I do think the Dodgers probably win this game, but I'm not betting anything. Feltner, I'm kind of bummed. I kind of thought he was going to be good last year. He had a couple interesting starts. He does have strikeout stuff. 19% K rate doesn't tell you that, but he does have some strikeout ability. We'll see. I didn't look into him this spring, see what he looks like, but we'll see how he looks tonight. Tough spot to go up against the Dodgers in your first start, though. College pick. Yeah, I'm not betting the game tonight, but I have futures on UConn, so we're rooting for UConn. And I think UConn wins the game, but I'm not betting on it. Overall, though, if you guys have any other questions, drop them in the chat here before I get off, or head to the Discord, betkarmachat.com, download the BetKarma app, click the chat room link if you want to join that way. It's been a fantastic start to the season. I'm up over 11 units. Spike, I think he said he's 19-7. Prize picks, he's been crushing. DFS, we've been doing well as well. Baseball, obviously, that's one of our main sports. So I would recommend signing up. Try it out for a month, see if you like it. You can stay on. Anyone that signed up for baseball, like you've already paid off your month in the last 4 days off of my bets. So I would recommend signing up, giving it a try. I have 7 bets posted for today. Might be 8. I might add one more on there. But yeah. Not going to hedge San Diego State. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but so how this breaks down is if UConn wins off of my futures bets, I'll get about $1,000. Off of bracket pools, I'll get about another. So if UConn wins, I'll get second in one bracket pool, which will pay me probably $1,000. I've already won 2 bracket pools for a total of $650. So all in all, I've already made $650. And then we're basically adding on another $2,000 if UConn wins the game. So I've debated on if I want to hedge it because I've already won regardless. Obviously, the smart thing to do would be to hedge. But I hope it doesn't come back to money. But I'm so confident that UConn will win the game. I haven't really thought much. I hedged on Miami more than I haven't really thought about hedging San Diego State. I did hedge on Miami. I put a little bit on Miami to win that game just in case. But I think UConn's going to win. I've said it for the last few weeks. Like I just feel like they're going to win. I think they're the best team. San Diego State, no joke, defensively, but I'm not sure if they've played an offense like UConn. Like I thought that they were going to do that against Creighton. They got lucky to beat Creighton all in all. I mean, it took Creighton not making a 3-pointer in the entire second half and missing like multiple, like Kalkbrenner missed 2 bunnies towards the end of that game and they won by 1 point. So, and then you have the emotional, like sometimes teams ride it, but the emotional aspect of it coming off that buzzer beating win. Also, I don't know. I think UConn top to bottom is too big. Guys can get in foul trouble on UConn. Guys could be having an off game, and it doesn't they're so good top to bottom. They're so deep. Like Klingon coming off the bench for UConn is not fair. Like that guy would be a star at most other places as a starter, and they have to bring him off the bench because of Sunogo. So I haven't thought about hedging yet. I've already made 650 regardless, but I'm fairly confident in UConn winning the game, so I'm probably just going to ride it out. But, maybe 9 o'clock rolls around and I put some money on San Diego State points. We could potentially get the double dip situation, though, because there is a chance UConn wins and San Diego State covers. So, yeah, maybe I will throw a little bit on I agree with all that. I like the idea of potentially getting it. Yeah, that's what I just was coming to the conclusion on. I do think that could happen. So you do get a little double dip. UConn wins and you get money from that. So, yeah, I might do that. We'll see. We'll see how I feel later tonight. We'll see how baseball's going. Check the Brewers real quick. Still up. Brewers up 5-0. That's what we like to see. All right. Good luck with your bets tonight, guys. Hopefully you guys join us in the Discord. I'd love to see you guys in there. I love talking to you guys all day in there, sweating out the bets. We did some live shows during NFL DFS days on the primetime games. Like, I would get in the voice chat in Discord and sweat some bets out. I might start doing that for baseball. So that's another thing to look forward to. But good luck with your bets tonight. We do the show Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. I will be back tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Big NBA slate tomorrow. MLB tomorrow. Lots going on. I'll see you guys on Tuesday.